Joe Duffy's picks. Here we go for Saturday. Another great year winning 26. Remember, our picks have been around since the old score phone days of the 1980s. Before many of you were born, we were winning picks. We've got a nice run today, 9-3 with our Wise Guy plays. Wise Guy plays from Joe Duffy's picks, widely accepted as the single strongest play in the handicapping industry. Of course, it concludes another spectacular football season, college and pro. Preseason through the Super Bowl winner on Seattle as a Wise Guy play. But let's forget about that for now. We take it to the next level. Yeah, our 26 years of winning is why that you want to lock into a long-term package, but why do you want to win? What are you going to win with today? American Athletic Conference Game of the Year among 11 winning picks. Several of them are Wise Guy plays. You got 4 Wise Guy plays. We have a sensational computer angle that continues to win. We exploit it. It's one of those that makes not only sense, but more importantly, dollars. Now, quite frankly, we're not going to ride it every time it applies today because conflicting intel. We don't blindly ride any system as good as this one is, but it does apply several times today. Which teams continue to have the sharps well ahead of the odds makers, either fading or riding? Well, some regular clients you already probably know which teams we're going to either go with or against in some cases today. Those of you who are not professional gamblers yet, begin the rest of your gambling life right now. Offshoreinsiders.com. www.offshoreinsiders.com. 11 picks for just $17. What's that, about $1.20 a selection? Not even that, about $1.16, I guess. Get that right now, Joe Duffy's picks. www.offshoreinsiders.com. Free winner, Cincinnati and SMU to go under the 123.5. Cincinnati remains one of the best under teams in the country. Not only have they gone under 15 of 18 this year, but by an average of 11.3. Again, that margin of cover statistics or sweat barometer, as some of the newbies like to call it, very effective statistic in isolating which teams are overvalued or undervalued, both against the spread and when it comes to over-unders. So, yes, SMU, all the games this year have gone under the posted total by an average of 11.3. That says the odds makers are still well behind them. Meanwhile, SMU has gone under at an 11-7 rate by minus 3.1, not quite as screaming out at us, as conspicuous as their opponent today, but still corroborating data. 4 of their last 7 have gone under by double digits. Now, true, we're going to flat out tell you the odds makers might be catching up a little bit, especially when they see 2 defensive-oriented teams. As a general rule of thumb, of course, the public is going to think the under, but yet they're still behind these teams. We have 121 points projected. Admittedly, that's not as whopping as a difference if we've ever exploited, to say the least. But the lower the total is, the more a point or two makes a big difference. If it's a high-scoring game in which you're talking about a total of 160 or whatnot, obviously 2 points, 2.5 points isn't going to make a big difference. But when you're talking about a very low total, around 120, it does. SMU, second in the nation in field goal percentage defense, first in the conference, holding opponents at 36.8% from the field. Mustang defense also holding opponents at just 61.3 points per game, good for 18th. And second in the 18th in the nation, second in the conference. They've held 23 of their last 37 and 17 out of 23 this year to under 40% shooting. Cincinnati, meanwhile, lockdown defense are holding teams at just 38.6% shooting, a full 6 percentage points below a team's normal average entering that game. When it comes to field goal efficiency on defense, these are 2 of the top 11 teams in the country, and that's out of 351 division teams, 2 of the 11 most efficient on defense. Joe Duffy's picks today, Cincinnati and SMU to go under the total. Once again, Cincinnati and SMU under the total. Great day to get the Bet at Trinity Pass. All the handicapping services at offshoreinsiders.com are sizzling. Remember, a few years back, we used to have 7, 8 handicappers, and they were 7 of the 8 of the best, but we decided to give you only the absolute best of the best. Those people who want anything less than the best of the best, there's plenty of websites out there for that. At offshoreinsiders.com, you get only the cream of the crop. If you want to settle for less, go to another website, quite frankly, but offshoreinsiders.com, load it today, www.offshoreinsiders.com.